Hey, it's Ruben in the shop bringing you a quick record video. I was at the Swapmeet yesterday. Wasn't necessarily looking for records, but just came across a couple good collections and was able to snag some really nice vinyl. So let me show you what I got. So here we go. First one, Sextet from Hunger. They're like a swing jazz band, kind of like a Texas jazz. That's a pretty rare record. It's in decent shape. I paid $32 for 27 records at various stalls. Saw this, was stoked. John Fahey, Kottke, and Lang. After it for this guy. Very cool. It's on Tacoma. We have the Hollies, Evolution. This one ended up being in pretty rough condition, just like its cover. So it is what it is. Pearl Bailey, Abroad. Pearl Bailey is a singer, jazz singer. Lee Wiley and Friends, another female jazz singer, a la Helen Forrest. If you listen to her music, you'd get the feel for it. Next is Baxter. This is like a prog rock. I got this one. I hadn't seen it before. I saw that the guitar player, Doug Arioli, I've had other albums, his solo stuff, so I knew who he was and got it. Pretty, not an easy record to find. Bonnie Colic. I got it because it's a quadraphonic, meaning it's like a 4-channel stereo versus 2-channel. Yeah, I shouldn't have gotten it because I know that all of her records are quads. It's not special, but I got it anyways. This one, Santo and Johnny, Come On In. Which one do you think is the singer? Is it Santo, Johnny, or this dog? It's none of them. They're not vocalists. They have that one song. So, yeah, it's a cool album. It's not in great condition. Next is Rasa, Everything You See Is Me. This is almost like a religious album, but like an Eastern religion. There's chanting on it. It'll be interesting. It's on a weird label. Is this Iskon? So pick that up. Bill Evans, A Tribute. It's a nice double LP. Look at all those different artists on there. Yeah. Jazz. This was cool. Eric Donaldson. This is reggae. You don't see a lot of the LPs. It's in okay condition. It's not great, but definitely one to pick up for $1 or less. Forest Flower, Charles Lloyd at Montgomery. That's a great album. It's like almost not quite free jazz, but it's getting there, and it's cool. So nice pickup. I saw this, Gideon and Power. I Gotta Be Me. At first I was like, oh, is this guy a comedian? He's not. It's like a soul album, but very, I think, maybe theatrical? I don't know. I'll have to listen to it. Blue Note reissue series, Chick Corea, Circling In. I'm pretty sure I have this album already, but it's an expensive album. It's like a $30 to $50 album. So there was one guy, I rolled up on him, and he was like, hey, where you been? And I didn't know that I was like that much of a common buyer from him. But he was like, oh, I got a good box of jazz here. And I guess people had already been through it, quite a few people. But I still was able to get like 12 albums, and this was one of them. Blue Note, very nice. This is another one, amazing. Fruco El Barbaro. This is salsa. And this is the original release on Echo. Yeah, it's a great album for $1. It's super rare. Last one that sold for $80. Is that signed by him? We'll have to check that out. Great. super stoked to have it. It'll go into all of these are pretty much going in my personal collection. So I started out selling records, and I used to think, man, I would have a great record collection if I didn't sell all those records, but I haven't really been a record seller for years now, so I've pretty much gotten all those records back and some. So still a few I'm trying to grab, but check out this one, The Essential Louis Armstrong. It's on Verve. It's not a common album. It's still in its original shrink, and it's a gatefold, so it would open up. So who knows what's inside. Next is Frank Sinatra, Old Blue Eyes is Back. I got it because, again, this is a quadraphonic. This would be a valuable record, but it has a scratch in it, so womp womp. And if you're running quad stereo equipment, then you definitely care what your records look like and play like. Next is Greek Cooking, Phil Woods. Oh, I was so stoked to see this. So it's on Impulse, which is nice. Another gatefold. I pulled this out. It had a $3 sticker on it, and the dealer guy who was like, "Hey, where you been?" He was like, "Oh no, you can have it for $1. I can't believe no one else picked it up." I guess he works in a record store, or I gotta imagine he runs a record store. And he said that they sold this album for like $15 earlier this week. And he said, and I've had it in my Swapmeet box all this time. So, happy to pick that up. That was like super score. And he gave it to me for $1, which is even better. So, happy days. Next is Keith Jarrett, Expectations. 2-record album. Don't know anything about it. All I know is Keith Jarrett's badass. So, got it. Jay and the Americans, Living Above Your Heads. It's okay. It's probably not... I think it might be a little bit too poppy for me. Interesting, it went down to 87 cents in the store at some point. Cool picture front. Had to get it. Next is Pacific Gas and Electric. This is cool, just like jam rock band. I might have this. So any ones that I do have duplicates, what will happen is I'll offer them to a buddy of mine for trade and then sell them if no one wants them. So next is this one, The Great Hits of Ray Charles, recorded on 8-track stereo. Vintage, earlier Atlantic label. I don't have this Ray Charles album. That'd be a cool run to have, all his Atlantic and ABC stuff. But so pick that up. John Renbourn. Yeah, I don't have this one. Sir John-a-Lot. I don't think I do. Folk guitarist. I believe he's a guitarist. Merry Englanders music thing, something. This will be fun to listen to. Next is the Cincinnati Kid. It's soundtrack. Ray Charles sings the title song. And that is... Oh, who is that? That's Steve McQueen. Right there on the cover. Pretty cool. I'm always looking for like the 60s soundtracks. I think they're pretty interesting. Next is The Voice of Scott McKenzie. This is a German pressing. This is the guy who sings that song, Are You Going to San Francisco? With like flowers in your hair. So, pick that up for $1. Next is Zawanul. Is that how you say that? Another jazz album. We'll be interested to listen to it. And these final two I picked up. One of them purely for sale. The other one, I'm just going to sell it. This one is Judy Collins' Judith. I mean, there are a ton of Judy Collins albums out there. But you'll notice on the top of this one, it says Super Disc. It is a just like high quality audiophile version of this album versus the normal one that you would pick up at Kmart. So it's probably worth $25 to $40. So that one will pay for all the albums that I get to keep. And last one was this other soundtrack, Steve McQueen, Le Mans. Looks like the music is by Michael Legrand. And Yeah, it's a pricey album. They probably haven't reissued it yet, so you could probably only buy the original. Someone get that up and listed. Wouldn't that be cool if it was signed by Steve McQueen? It's not. But yeah. And I think I'll get 40 to 70 bucks for it. So, nice little profit too. While looking for records, there was this one bin and it had these salsa programs. So, I picked them up. Some of them are signed, and also I got these two handbills, Carlos Montoya, and then this one is Carmen Amaya. These are filled with really cool pictures. I'll show you a couple real quick. There's an autograph of Jose Greco. Paid like 20 bucks, maybe 25 bucks for all the... Oh, here's another. There's an autograph by Jose Greco. A bunch of this stuff. It's not very valuable. There's a ton of it out there, so it must have been pretty popular back in the day. People went to it, the Spanish ballet. So, but the handbills, that's where the money's at. That one's just cool. It's at Brooklyn Academy of Music. You can get your tickets, 8th Street Bookshop in Greenwich Village. Last thing I want to show you guys. Oh, look at that. Notice the phone numbers are 4 digits, which is kind of crazy. And for those of you who don't know, Smokey the Bear is actually from New Mexico. Born here. And final story. Look at this little pipe. I was looking at the records at one stall. The guy who was like, hey, where you been? And I hear this lady talking about this silver pipe she found in one of her boxes. And I bought something from her earlier in the day. And we had talked like twice. So I just called out, how much are you asking for it? And she said, $10. I said, I'll take it. And yeah, so she just walked over and she handed me this awesome, this awesome silver pipe. It's probably Tibetan, the wire work. I was hoping this is what she was going to be talking about, but at $10 for a silver pipe, she's a cool lady. So she gave me this really cool pipe. And then she tells me, like, 2 minutes later, she's like, yeah, I kind of wanted to smoke out of it. She's like, I got some Blue Dream if you're interested. And I was like, no, lady, I'm at the Swapmeet. I'm going to keep on shopping. So, that's it. I will talk to you all later.